Hi, this is Rich with WorkshopAddict.com. Today we're going to take a look at a few tape measures available from FastCap. This is my old trusty lefty-righty, which I've had for a couple years. Been a great tape measure, and I really like all the extra features that's on the tape. They now call this a standard reverse, so if you go to their website and take a look at it, you'll be looking for the standard reverse, and it has to do with the numbering on it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. All their tape measures have FastCap's 7 innovative features, which is a thumb-operated belt clip, which works a lot easier for me to hook on my pants than this style here, you know, the old spring clip. I have a hard time getting that on my pants. This definitely works much better. Their tape measures have a built-in pencil sharpener. So if you need to sharpen your pencil, you do it that way. No need to pull out your pocket knife or utility knife and whittle half the pencil away. Not to mention you end up with a lot better point on it. Their tapes have a dual locking feature, the thumb operated one that you're used to on most tapes, where you pull it out, push down with your thumb and lock, pull back up and unlock. But they have a button on the bottom so you can temporarily pull the tape out and lock it. Now that's nice for coming back because you can use it as a brake and you don't have to slam that hook against the housing, which I'm sure after time takes a toll on those rivets. Their tape measures all have a notepad on the side. So if you need to make notes like 14 and a half, 32 and 7/8, you can do it right there on the side, and it just wipes back off with your thumb, so you got a clean slate again. Their tape measures are the same way. You can mark directly on the tape, wipe it off with your thumb. That's really nice. Heavy duty 1-inch blade on all their tape measures. High contrast colors, bright white with black and red lettering depending on the tape measure. Some have a little more red on them than others. Rugged design, got a heavy duty rugged rubberized case. I've tested this by letting it roll off the roof several times. Not on purpose, but it happens. Knocked off the bench, it's been holding up very well. So all those features are common to the FastCap tapes, and I like that a lot. They also have a couple tapes called burn tapes, which if you take a look, this tape here starts about, the zero is about 2 inches in, and I had to look up burn on the internet to find out exactly what that meant. We've all done it, I just haven't used the term. When I'm measuring something, you can't trust that hook all the time, and so I'll hold it back on 1 inch, which they call burning 1 inch, and then I'll deduct 1 inch from my final measurement. If I'm working with somebody, I say, hey, I'm allowing 1 inch, so they need to remember to deduct, and if they don't, you know, of course you're gonna be 1 inch off. Well, this has a zero mark a couple inches in. It's also got a different hook on the end where you can catch it with your thumb, and this works pretty nice for pulling it out, setting it on zero. You don't have any math to do. They also have a timber frame tape that is a burn tape, and it goes from 0 up in the normal manner, but it also in red letters goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 the other direction. So we have a 0 approximately 10 inches in, and it counts backwards one direction and then normal the other way, and that is for guys timber framing. That's a pretty cool tape. My favorite tapes in the shop are these flatbacks, and these are great for panel layout. And what's nice about that is we can lay it on a panel here, whether it's steel or wood, and that tape lays flat. You know, if you're using a traditional tape, you got to rock the thing back and forth to you know, get the edge down and make your mark. These things lay perfectly flat. They also work nice for going around the circumference of something. I'll show you a couple of these tapes here. This is what they call an old standby. This has markings similar to what my Stanley in the drawer would have. This is a metric standard, so it has metric on one side and standard on the other. The tape that I talked about earlier is my lefty righty, the standard reverse. So no matter which way you're looking at it, the numbers are facing you. So if I'm on this side, you know, I'm not reading them upside down. This tape also has markings on it down to a 1/16 of an inch. So it actually has, you know, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, 15/16. You can read that. In some cases, that's a little busy for me, and it makes the tape a little tougher to read in low light conditions. But if I'm doing a project with the missus and I ask her to measure something, and she comes back and says, okay, it's 82 and 3 big ones and a little one, it's usually all downhill from there, and I end up sleeping on the couch. Where with this tape, she can look right at it, 13 and 5/8, and you know, and it works great. So this is the tape I use when I'm doing projects with the missus. That definitely works out well. They have a tape here that's called the squaring tape for framing carpenters. And this is pretty neat. If you're a framer, first thing you do, you make your measurement. Say we got 8 inches there. Then you put your tape away, you pull out your framing square, you put a 90-degree mark across the board so you can cut it. Well, this has got the square built in, so you just lay it up there and make your mark. It also, on the side, has a 22.5 degree mark, and it also has one at 45. So if you need to do a 45-degree wall and you need to make a couple 22.5 degree cuts, there you go. You know, you just make your cut and you're set. It also has an 1.5 inch notch here for your standard stud width, and 3.5 this direction. Fantastic tape measure. I like this a lot. My only complaint is FastCap site says these have a 8-foot standout. Here's 7 feet. I'm not even making 7 feet. My other tapes will do 7 foot, 7'1" here. At least the ones that aren't, you know, the typical arc-shaped blade tapes, not the flatbacks, of course. But this, the standout on this thing's about 7 feet. Now that's not a big deal for some people, but if you're in a job where you need a lot of standout, this probably isn't the tape for you. The good news is this squaring tape, they sell this square for other tapes. So if you want to put this on your favorite Stanley, take a look at their website. This fits a lot of different tapes, and that is pretty nice. The panel tapes, another feature, since you can write on them, is if you take a look here, here's a couple marks on this board. If I was trying to build panels and I wanted to transfer those marks, this, in my case here, this first mark is about a little bigger than 1 5/8 inches, and this is a little bigger than 12 9/16. Instead of trying to remember that and remember that it's on the big side or the small side of something, you just move it over there, put a mark on the tape, exactly where those are, come back across over here, transfer those over, and they're perfect. So if you're building panels and you need to make a dado in it, transfer this from one panel to the next, works fantastic. Works on steel as well. If I need to mount some handles on something, put my tape up there, come down to you know, where the holes are going to go, and instead of trying to square it up that way, just make my notes right on the tape, bring it over, and transfer the marks to the plate and drill my holes, and and I'm all set. So anyhow, that's a quick look at FastCap's tapes. I like them a lot, and this Rich with WorkshopAddict.com. Have a great day.